All right, my watch list for Friday. Loco goes back on the watch list. It was on the watch list today. If you saw my video last night, I said Loco might move today. I'll take today's candle out of it because this is the last day to trade before Shake Shack, SHAK, goes public. I thought Loco might be kind of a sympathy play a day ahead of time, and you can see it was a very nice mover. On an intraday basis, let me switch to 5-minute candles here. This is what Loco looked like on an intraday basis with one of our moderators. And again, we already had this on the watch list, so the chat room was watching it as a group. Gulam is his name. He's one of our moderators. Called this 25.55, worst case stop 25.40. And look at that. I mean, it's about as good as entry as you can get. And from 25.55, the thing went up to 27.15 at its best. I want to have it on watch again tomorrow because this thing still has room to run. I've been watching it. If you've seen my videos, I've been watching this for quite a while. If Shake Shack, opens at 35 or something, I think they're saying it's going to open around 21 or that's not right. Who knows? I don't think they know where it's going to open, but they think it's going to be priced around 21. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's something like that. I thought I read that tonight. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. If it opens up crazy high, you might start to look for something like a Loco as a sympathy play rather than try to trade SHAK. So depends on that one opens whether or not I'll try to trade it. But Loco is kind of a secondary play off of that. So we'll see how that goes. Nice trade in that one today though in the chat room. Twitter. Twitter's back down here this 36 area support after 3 days down in a row. They've got earnings in another week or two, I think. And so I want to watch this one for a potential bounce. It's really just in a range, and now we're near the bottom of that range. You could draw one line there, and then more recently, right about there, and there's the top of that range. So you're near the bottom of the range. I think that's a good setup for a possible bounce tomorrow. Box again, just another red day. IPO'd a week ago, a little bit over 20. Now it's down here at 18. You can't go by. There's no support and resistance on a new chart like this. So all you can do is just keep watching it trade. What I want to see is Box to trade in a fairly narrow range for an hour or 2 hours, 3 hours, and then break to the upside. Break its high of the day. And if I have it on a chart, I'll be able to see if that's going to happen. I think we could get a decent bounce in it. So that's how I want to play Box. ZIOP. Goes back on watch. This thing's holding up pretty well. It took out the highs of this gap up on this massive volume day, almost 40 million shares this day. Pulled back to the 8-day moving average, and then in a couple days just ripped through that high. Came in a little bit, but you know what? The bulls keep pushing this thing up. I want to watch this one. It's pretty interesting. Maybe over 920. If I go to a 5-minute candle, you can see the 920 area. Has been kind of intraday resistance here, and I think it was the other day too. So if this gets up over 920, we might take out this 940, and then if I pan out a little bit, maybe head through that 960. So it looks a little extended to me. I don't like calling stuff like this, but there's enough passion in this stock that it's worth having on a chart. All right, I'll only trade it with a proper intraday setup, so it doesn't cost me anything to have it on a chart. AZPN, a little thinner stock than I usually look at. But pretty nice volume today, relative volume, and closed near its highs. Worth having on a chart like the others. You can kind of picture a trend line break today. Is it going to continue tomorrow? Does it need to come in a little? Probably the latter, but I'll have this on a chart tomorrow. And then RMD is my last one. It gapped up about a week ago on pretty good volume for this stock, and now you're 3 days down, a little bit of a bottoming tail at the 8-day, little hammer candle. So I want to watch this one for a potential long. Again, only with the proper intraday setup. And you know what? I'll leave it at that. We do a good job in the chat room of finding intraday stuff to trade in addition to this watch list. So great teamwork in there. And I could probably start each day with no watch list and due to the teamwork in that room, find plenty to trade anyway. But always good to start with a watch list. So there it is. Have a great night, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.